And so let's Google, as it turns out, is gambling with more than just its Aussie reputation. That's on the news side. The search giant is counting down to March 1 when a new revenue stream opens up. For his take on what it means for the rest of us, we are joined by Clayton Larcombe here in the studio from PAC Capital. Welcome.
Thank you, good to be back.
How many ways can we gamble, and what's Google going to do about it?
It's definitely an area that around the world is, it's gone crazy this year. We've seen it recently with the Tabcorp biddings for mergers, and the sports gaming book has definitely opened up around the world, especially online gambling. Google was a little bit being pretty standoffish on letting wagering platforms go to their app store. But there's just been too much of a tide of people that now that say we have to get on board for this, for revenue generation, for everything. Probably very similar to the US, which is just starting to open up online wagering state by state, because that was always it's a state by state assignment, which they have to obviously, whether they allow gaming or not. Traditionally it's been Nevada.
Yep.
Michigan just opened up. And
that was more like a poker machine physical presence as opposed to
the online sports book.
Yeah.
And that's essentially been a lot of reasons. I've been on here speaking about PointsBet, and that listed PBH here in Australia. They've obviously gone into America with the sports wagering opening up more, because that was never a possibility in America.
So would you expect then that other digital giants are going to jump on this, given the growth in EA?
I think that this is a year where people are fighting. We're seeing it with Tabcorp now. People are trying to get space. We saw Caesars Casino by William Hill for $3.7 billion. That we see. There's another company which I'll talk about called. It's funny. It's called Barstool. Barstool is it's sort of a next generation sort of a social app, cultural site where they get on. It's sort of like a lad's Bible. They get on there, but then Penn Gaming understood the content channel that this has for the younger generation. Bought 33% of the company for $160 million, which is a big number. And then they went into Michigan on the weekend. They started up a sports book, to take wagering. 10 days since it's been open. 46,000 customers, 26,000 new gamblers, and 26 million in turnover. 10 days.
This is all very good growth. Sounds terrific. But do you think it's not going to attract the eye of the regulators, particularly when we're seeing that in Australia, where gambling is at the moment anyway?
Yeah.
Is it inevitable?
Definitely. Yeah, like I think you're asking more about the regulation with the growth of online gambling, where that goes, and how structured is it? How what are the boundaries around it? Which I totally understand. I've been on here talking about esports and the gambling around that. That's another one.
Yeah.
We've got traditional sports racing, gambler, horse racing or sports betting. Then we've gone into online gambling, betting on NFL over there, or sports betting, which has been in Australia. We're a pretty mature market in that. We've had sports bet around for a long time through our NRL channels, and we're pretty mature, but America's not. Which is going to cause a lot of.
It's more of a disruptor for that market,
and it's a bit of a money grab for state by state revenue at the moment.
Well, I guess it's
hard.
I think besides regulation, it also starts to step into social conscious as well. I mean, the teeny tiny print down the bottom says gamble responsibly. So at some stage, there's a risk of people getting over their heads, and there's more ways to lose money. And can you, like in a casino, you can lock yourself out. What do you do if you've just got a phone and a buy button?
Tied to your credit card.
Yeah.
Seriously, that's what it is. And I know that they're getting tighter on screening processes for ID but they don't check how your rent's going. They don't check all that. But that is essentially a social problem through a lot of things. Do they check you don't have a drinking problem at BWS? Do they don't check there's a lot of different things. You got to be responsible for different. I don't know. That's a bigger conversation.
Yeah, as a business, you can see
of course
the upside on that. Well, it sounds like something we should be looking for. We'll have to leave that there, and I'm sure we'll be speaking again.
No
anyway,
worries.
Thank you
so
much
thanks,
for coming
Clayton.
along.
Clayton Larcombe from PAC Capital.